Are all truths absolute truths, and can truth be known? Hello, my name is Esther Carlson, and welcome to my channel, All Things Apologetics. I'm currently doing a series on the nature of truth, so if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. Alright, let's get into this. In my last video, I noted that we don't always think about religion or morality in the terms of true and false. We probably see it more often as a preference. So I will link that video above here if you want to check it out. We also saw that truth is telling it like it is. This is the correspondence theory of truth, and we looked really briefly at how the other theories seem to presuppose the correspondence theory of truth. We also talked about how truth is absolute. If something is true, it is true for all people at all times and in all places. And truth is narrow. So what do I mean by this? Well, all truth claims exclude their opposite. If I say God exists, and if that statement is true, then the opposite of it, God does not exist, must be false. So we live in a religiously pluralistic society, so it may not be too popular to say this, but not all religions can be true. So religions, they actually make claims about reality and they contradict each other. So as far as those statements go, they cannot both be. So I promised in our last video that we would discuss some more self-defeating statements. Well, what if someone says, all truth is relative? How do you respond? Is that a relative truth? Because the person making the statement, they don't believe that statement is true only for themselves. They believe that is actually the case and is true for all people at all times and all places. So we have to remember that truth is narrow. It excludes its opposite. And what if someone says, there are no absolutes? Well, are you absolutely sure? It seems like you just affirmed an absolute, that there are no absolutes. So what if someone says, it's true for you, but not for me? Is that statement just true for you, or is it true for everyone? So the next one is not so much about maybe the nature of truth, but the knowability of truth. Can we know truth? So say a skeptic comes up to you and says, you should doubt everything. What do you say? Well, should you doubt that? So we see here that even the skeptic claims to know something. And in the book, I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist, they call this the Roadrunner tactic. You pretty much just apply the claim to itself, and then you see that it is actually just as self-defeating as the statement, I don't speak one single word in English. You may have heard this common parable about the elephant and the 6 blind men. So there's an elephant and it's being examined by the 6 blind men, and each one touches a different part of the elephant. And so they each come to their own individual conclusions about what is this object before them. So we know one grabs a tail and thinks, oh, it's a rope. Another one maybe touches the side of the elephant and thinks, this is a wall. Maybe someone grabs a trunk and thinks it's a hose. I don't know what the trunk was supposed to be. Or the elephant's ear and thinks it's a fan. These blind men are said to represent the world's religions because they each come to a different conclusion about what they are sensing. Like each blind man, we are told no one religion has the truth. So this may sound good until we ask, what's the perspective of the one telling the parable? He appears to have an objective perspective of the proceeding because he can see that the blind men are mistaken. So if the person telling this parable can have an objective perspective, then why can't the blind men also have an objective perspective? If they were suddenly cured of their blindness, then they would be able to see that they were originally mistaken too. So maybe we have proven that truth can be known, but what about religious truth? Well, that is going to be the subject of our next video. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you know anything about David Hume and Immanuel Kant, please comment below and tell me, do you think that they disproved the notion of truth in religion? Alright guys, until next time, peace.